You wake up, check your phone, scroll for a while. The day begins, and before you know it, it's already night again. Another day gone. Not tragic, not great, just gone. And that's the real danger. Not failure, not chaos, but comfort. Because comfort is quiet. It doesn't shout. It doesn't warn you. It just softly hums you to sleep while your potential withers in the dark. Most people aren't destroyed by war or loss. They're destroyed by the slow erosion of comfort, the kind that makes life easy, predictable, and empty. You know this feeling, don't you? That quiet ache in your chest when you realize you've been living the same week over and over again, calling it a life. You tell yourself you're fine, you're safe, but deep down there's a whisper. This isn't it. That whisper is your soul, begging you to wake up. Nietzsche once said, "The secret of reaping the greatest fruitfulness and the greatest enjoyment from life is to live dangerously." He wasn't talking about recklessness. He was talking about intensity, about engaging with life so deeply that it shakes you awake. But in a world that worships comfort, danger has become taboo. We no longer fight dragons. We fight boredom, and most of us lose. Plato warned that the unexamined life is not worth living. But today we've built entire systems designed to help us avoid examination. Endless entertainment, quick dopamine, digital distractions. The modern human doesn't need a tyrant to enslave them. They simply need Wi-Fi. We trade purpose for pleasure, meaning for convenience, freedom for ease, and the worst part, we call it progress. Bonhoeffer, imprisoned by the Nazis, once wrote, "The ultimate test of a moral society is the kind of world that it leaves to its children." What kind of world are we leaving behind when comfort is our highest ideal? A world where no one is truly alive, just endlessly pacified. You might believe you're in control of your life, but ask yourself, when was the last time you chose discomfort on purpose? The last time you faced something that terrified you? Not because you had to, but because you knew it would make you grow? Machiavelli once observed that, "It is better to be feared than loved if one cannot be both." In the context of your own mind, this means something deeper. It's better to respect yourself than to constantly soothe yourself. Love without respect becomes weakness. We pamper ourselves into mediocrity. We avoid pain so well that we forget pain was once our teacher. It's how we grew as a species. Through hardship, through failure, through chaos. Now we fear the very things that could save us. There's an old Japanese story about a master swordsman named Musashi. He trained alone. No master, no comfort, no applause. He slept under bridges, ate sparingly, and faced death countless times. But it wasn't the sword he was mastering, it was himself. Musashi wrote that one should accept everything just the way it is. Not as an excuse to do nothing, but as a reminder that control is an illusion. The only thing you can truly master is your own mind. Ask yourself, how much of your life has been lived avoiding fear instead of confronting it? What might you discover if you stopped running? There's a moment every person eventually faces, the quiet realization that time is not waiting, that someday, maybe soon, you'll wake up and realize most of your life was lived in preparation for something that never came. We're told to wait for the right time, for confidence, for clarity, for a sign. But the truth? The right time never arrives. It's now. It's always been now. The Stoics understood this well. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations, "It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live." The tragedy isn't dying. The tragedy is living only half awake, mistaking existence for life. Modern psychology calls it learned helplessness. When you stop believing your actions matter because life feels too overwhelming, you start to surrender your agency, one small decision at a time. You stop saying no. You stop dreaming big. You stop fighting for what truly moves you. And soon, comfort becomes your cage. The philosopher Erich Fromm warned about this. He said that modern man escapes from freedom, choosing submission, conformity, distraction, not because he's weak, but because freedom is terrifying. It demands responsibility. It demands the courage to stand alone. Freedom is heavier than chains. You think the opposite of suffering is happiness. It's not. The opposite of suffering is numbness, and that's what most people choose. To feel less, to care less. But you weren't made for numbness. You were made for depth, pain, uncertainty, loss. These aren't signs that you're failing. They're signs that you're alive, that you're participating in something real. The people who grow are the ones who let life hurt them and still choose to move forward. That's the paradox of the still mind. True peace doesn't come from avoiding chaos. It comes from standing in the middle of it and remaining whole. You don't need to abandon your life or renounce the world. You just need to start noticing. Notice when you reach for your phone instead of your thoughts. Notice when you choose distraction over discomfort. Notice when your soul whispers, "I want more," because awareness is the first step to freedom. Self-awareness is the light that reveals the prison you built and the key that unlocks it. It starts small, choosing to read instead of scroll, choosing to speak truth instead of please others, choosing to do what's right, not what's easy. Those small rebellions are the seeds of a meaningful life. Philosophy isn't just about ideas. It's about returning to yourself. Nietzsche's Übermensch wasn't a superhuman. It was the human who transcends his own limitations, again and again. To live as if your life matters, because it does. Even the smallest act of courage ripples across eternity. Bonhoeffer chose to resist evil, even at the cost of his life. You don't need to face that same battle, but you can face the small tyrannies within yourself. The fear of judgment, the addiction to comfort, the silence that keeps you small. One day, everything you call later will vanish. Your plans, your potential, your excuses. All of it will dissolve into memory. The question is, will you have lived? Because the greatest tragedy is not dying too soon. It's dying unlived. The world doesn't need more comfort. It needs more awake souls. People who feel deeply, think bravely, and act with purpose. You can become one of them, but you have to choose discomfort. You have to walk toward the fire, not away from it, because on the other side of comfort is freedom. If this message found you, maybe it's because a part of you is ready to wake up. Don't silence it this time. Listen, and if you're ready to think deeper, feel more, and live with intention, subscribe to Still Mind Paradox. Your journey begins now.